guys, this is the second time I'm recording this because my camera just decided to fuck off. Halfway through. That's great. It's week 24 and boy, settle down because it's gonna be a long ride. I've been in a mood. I'm in my hammock because I've paid $70 for it, and even if it makes me dizzy and makes my head hurt, I don't care. I'm gonna make the best of it. Also, it's raining outside almost every day, so that's just, for now, it's good inside. I'm in a mood. I'm not manic, but I'm not far from it. That means that I'm making a lot of projects and I'm probably just overwhelming myself for the future, but I'm still excited by a lot of things and I want to do a lot of things. I have a lot of ideas. So I'm not manic, but I'm not far. And so I have a lot to talk about. But the first thing we're gonna tackle is what I did last week. So what I did last week was do the dishes. I did like 3 times the dishes. It's unusual for me to make the dishes all that often. I did not write all that much. I did write a little, but not as much as I'd like. I think I have to face the fact that my days of writing 8 pages a day and every day are long gone, and that's because I was in a deadline back then, and I don't have a deadline right now. Actually, I have one. I have the Advent one, but my brand didn't register this one yet because it's in 7 months. So there's that. I did write a little, but not all that much. I did some sewing. So what I did in sewing was... Oh, okay, the reason I did sewing is that I started watching Leverage, and I'm halfway through season 2 now. I love it, and I struggle to stop. And the reason I started sewing is that I was even watching Leverage on my computer, and I wasn't doing anything with my hands, and that drives me crazy pretty quickly. I did not want to make dreads. I wasn't in the mood to make dreads. I wasn't in the mood to crochet my hood because I was like, that's just doing the same thing over and over again, and my brain refused. So I talked to myself. I said, you know what, there's probably some end stuff that are boring and long and that you've been putting away for a long time. And there was some seam ripping for a corset that I wanted to sell, but the seam were bad. So I seam ripped it, so I saved the lace, I saved the bunning, I saved the closure and the ribbons and everything, and that's a good way to use time. What I also did was fixing the pocket of this one that had a hole in it. It was driving me crazy. I also, while I was starting sewing, I was like, hey, that's a good time, you're in a good mood for sewing, just do it. So I did it. I put off my machine and it's there, and it's staying there as long as I have a modicum of sewing motivation right now. So I fixed a skirt. I narrowed the waistband with some elastic, and it took me like 4 tries. It drove me crazy because apparently I had 30 centimeters too much at the waist, which is insane. It was supposed to be my size, and I had 30 centimeters too much, so I think it was just meant for hips and not for waist. Anyway, it's not perfect, it's still a little loose, but over clothes it's probably gonna go okay, and it's already my 4th try. I'm not gonna do it again. So I did that, and I also wanted to work on my jean shorts that are about 2 sizes too big, and that I had planned to cinch at the waist so I could still have volume at the bottom and the sides and have the waist actually fit me. because I wanted to, for my debut cosplay, it would fit more to the, will be more realistic. And it did not work because jean just doesn't work like that, and by just cinching the edges, would have to sacrifice one of the pockets, the sides or the back pockets, and it would look ugly, and I could have like removed everything, undid all the seams, removed the waistband, cut the waistband, and just redid it at the right size, and it was just a lot of work, and it was just not worth it at all. Also, if I started actually cutting into the thing, I couldn't resell it, so I decided to just stop and put an ad and sell it because I need money. Also, I have that cow pattern pajama ensemble. I have a sweatshirt and pants, and I bought it a couple years ago as my Christmas present pajamas, and I liked it because it was cheap and it was fun anyway. But it's not my size, so when I put it on, I popped the seams because it was too small for me. So the seams fixing is not gonna be a lot of work. I'm sewing like an hour or so. It's gonna be okay. But at some point I wanted to add some plush fabric in the flesh tone on the sides as bands to make it fit me, and was a stupid ass idea, and I decided to quit it. I don't like it all that much, it's too hot, it makes me sweaty, I don't like it, even if I like the hood with the little horns. It's just not worth it, so I'm gonna fix the seams, and I'm gonna sell it too. I need money. Pretty want money. I started the hood eventually, so I started again. I'm back on track for this one. Gonna take my time, it's not that much, no hurry. So anyway, what else did I do? So I did that. It was a really big thing. Also Monday I spent time working on ideas because for a while now I started dressing myself differently and wearing stuff that I didn't wear before, and I started wearing things that I actually like and that actually fit me, and not just things to wait until I have the size that I want. I will not have the size that I want. I'm making peace with that and just moving on from there. So I decided to compile a list of ideas of outfits that are inspired by characters from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I'm not saying the main characters, I'm saying the trash bags in the background. I love them. Especially like the clown and the big fat lady, I love them so much. So the intro is stripes, and I compiled like 12 outfits, ideas, and most of them I cannot do yet. So I went on Vinted and I put on my faves all of the items that I can actually buy. I have half a dozen stuff that I will have to make myself. But it's okay because it's not just for video, it's just not for a look or cosplay. I will make them because I want to wear them. I want to look like a secondary character in The Nightmare Before Christmas every day if I can. I think it's a very valid way to dress up, and it's gonna make me happy. So I'm gonna try to compile to actually do all of those outfits and make them staples in my wardrobe and actually look the way I want to look. So that's gonna be fun, and that's gonna require some money because first the clothes that I can buy, I will have to buy them, and second of all, the fabric that I need to make all the others, I will have to buy them too. So I'm trying to think that maybe going to a thrift store will be easier. But as far as I'm concerned, this thrift store is still closed because of quarantine. So I don't know, and I still don't have really a lot of money. So on Vinted, my rule is I'm only buying with the money I have from selling. Since I do not have sales right now, I do not have money right now. I have exactly 9 cents in my Vinted port thing, money thing. So that's not a possibility right now. It's okay, I have clothes, but that's a dream that's going to have to wait. But it was a fun thing to do, and it made me look to the future, and it was a good way to start making projects again. I wrote a little on Minstep that day, and also I started commenting on fanfictions. So the truth is, I have roughly 1,200 fanfictions saved on my computer. Most of them I have read. I've read a lot, that's the thing. I have around 300 on my Kindle that I did not read yet. And I have around 300 in folders named Fanfiction Commented. And the others I did not comment at all yet. I saved them, I was like, I'm gonna put some kudos and some comments later, and it's such a huge amount of work that I never got around to do it. But recently I did. So it was Monday, and yesterday I took some time to just leave comments and leave kudos on my fics, on the fics that I read, because it makes such a difference for writers to have returns. And when I see the reaction I have for every comment that I have, or every even kudos that I have, I know that I can make a big difference by just taking 2 seconds to leave a kudos. So I'm trying to do this, and it makes me feel good to know that I'm doing it. So it's no big deal, but it's important, so I was happy. Also, I started to work on June. June is gonna be a big ass month. It's gonna be very complicated and heavy month. It's gonna be Spirited Away themed, and I mean, I'm gonna have to work so hard because I want to make drawings that are accurate to the actual movie, and I spent a lot of time just watching the movie and posing when I found the vibe visually that I wanted to add in my thing, and it's been very complicated to design this month, to give a vibe without having the correct drawing and the correct way to insert it. It was really difficult, so I did that. And I did not sketch yet, but I have everything planned, so it's already something. I wanted to sketch yesterday, and I wanted to sketch today, and I still did not do it. But it's barely midnight, and it's gonna be fine. I'm not going to bed anytime soon, so it's gonna be fine. I was right today, I did not yet. So I did that. I had to go out this week, and I didn't like it. But I survived. I'm a big girl. And so, Tuesday I decided to go to Nantes to see my friend Selene on Friday tomorrow. So I booked the car rides for tomorrow, and I was happy. So, yesterday I had big plans and I did not do them. So I wanted to commence, I did. I wanted to do the dishes, I did. I wanted to sketch, I did not. And wanted to do a palette, I did not. But today I've been better. Today I work on the palette. I mean, visually it looks pleasing because I undid them, like I separated the planks and the cubes, so it felt right. It felt good. But I left out all of the onion part and I know that I will have to do them eventually. But it felt good to just do the brunt of the work. And I have to remove all the nails and that's gonna be a pain in the ass. But for now I just wanted to just do as much as I could, the easy part, and see for the rest. And by the easy part I mean just tearing this thing apart. I did it. I went out for my packages and I ate going out recently. And tomorrow I'm going to another city. I ate that already. And I washed my place. And as I was saying, I wanted to sketch at least part of my Spirited Away June month. I wanted to write. I did not yet. But I can do it. So next week, I'm gonna start by tomorrow. I'm going to another town, seeing my friends and delivering a corset to her. And earrings, because apparently Vinted sellers love to give me earrings and jewelry that I don't like, that I don't know what to do with. So I'm gonna give it to her. And then I'm going to come back, and it's not gonna be so late for me because my day is so shifted, but it's gonna be late because I'm gonna be tired. I'm always tired after going to a town and coming back in someone else's car, having all of the appointments and having all the social interactions. I'm gonna be tired and don't know what I'm going to do after that. But what I want to do next week, it's gonna be big. So I want to continue commenting because it felt good, it felt right, it was great. I have some work to do on my garden. I have to dig up the tulips, get to dig up the dahlia and put it in the pot. I have to, actually, my seedlings are apparently dying on the roof, so I need to transfer them to the camp part as soon as possible, hoping for the best, and we'll see about that. I want to start the Jack set, the Jack Skellington Dread set. I think I finally found the motivation to do it again, and I was dreaming of dreads, and I want to make some for myself, so I'm gonna focus on making the ones for myself. And I had another idea. I think I'm becoming more comfortable with videos, mostly because of the vlog. So I want to film myself doing my sets, and maybe if I do the video right enough, it's gonna attract some people, attract some views, more than the 2 views that those vlogs get, and I know that's my friends. I love you, but doesn't count all that much. And if it blows out just enough, maybe I'm gonna start traveling south, which will be great because I need money. So that. I still have an apple pie to do. It's been like 2 months since I wanted to make an apple pie, still didn't. I want to work on June because it's already almost the last week of May. It's passed quickly. I wanted to do my hair because I'm tired of just waiting and doing the smart way of doing it. I want pink, I want my dreads, I'm gonna do my hair. So in sewing part, I want to do the cow pajama. I want to make 2 tops, so the Luna top for my Luna cosplay, and a top that I wanted to make out of a scarf. And mostly I'm going to try to keep the sewing project on a manageable level. I did get stuff done last time during my week and a half just sewing crazy, but this time it's manageable when I keep it one little project a day. That worked out. I did a couple of stuff this week and I didn't burn out, so I want to keep it that way if possible. So I'm only keeping those 3 projects for next week. And if I have time and motivation to do more, I'll just add more. But for now, I'm gonna keep it simple with those 3 things. 1 is hand sewing, 2 are more complicated stuff. So that's the goal for this week. That said, look at how pretty it turns out. Anyway. On my to-do list for this month, I have June, Spirited Away themed. I have the garden at the camp, that is a project for next week. Palettes, which I'm doing. The MLP series, I'm giving up, frankly. It's half of the month already, so just give up. Some sewing, which I did, which I'm doing, and some commenting, which I'm doing. So I'm on track on the month. But now, I've added some stuff to my big projects for a year because I ate myself apparently. I'm motivated, so I wanted to make those. So truth is, there are projects that I completely forgot to add on my list in the first place. I have the sofa bed that I have here, that I film my vlogs usually on. I wanted to paint roses on it for a while now. I want to paint ancient style roses on it. I suck at painting, so it's gonna be a learning curve, I think. So it's a little bit scary because I don't want to do it, because I don't want to mess it up. But I want to do it anyway, and I want to make some little few more polymer clay caps on the tops of the foot to make it pretty and make it blend with the roses. So both of those I have the supplies for, and I do not need to buy anything more for. That's the big argument to do it soon. Also, it'll make me feel hella good when I do it. So that I added to my heart one. On my art thing I have the globe that you can see it, the TP Rules Animals, which both are inspired by Gish items that I did and that I wanted to continue when I had more time, which I did not. And the last one is, nobody will know, but this t-shirt is me, I did it, and it's the reproduction of a comic from Gottlieb, which I love with all my heart, which was famous comic journal. He made comic pages in a journal in the 80s, I think, and it was so chaotic and went in all different directions. And one of his characters is Dr. Burp, which I love, and it's the one with the hyena, because I'm still a hyena out of my heart. With a terrible pun. It's one of my favorite t-shirts, and I have actually 2 of them. And one of the other very famous characters of Gottlieb's is his version of Isaac Newton, which he uses all the time. It's like every 2 pages of the books we have Isaac Newton, and I love him! Also, I learned recently that Isaac Newton is was asexual, which, yes! So, because it's great, there is, in the last book, I think it's the second of the last, there is, on the back cover, there is the silhouette, there is a back drawing of Newton with a little bag on the shoulder, and just walking and showing us back to him. And I wanted that on a shirt for forever, since I made this one actually. And this year is the year I'm gonna do it because I love it and I want to show my love for Gottlieb to the whole world. In sewing, I didn't add it there because I didn't have the room, but I made the list of everything that I want to sew for my casual wearing, mostly for the Nightmare Before Christmas outfits. And in projects, so I have the pallet bed. It's not going very well right now because a lot of my planks split. It's annoying, but I don't know how to fix it because when I'm pulling them out, there's just no way I'm doing it without splitting them. I don't know exactly how much wood I'm gonna need, probably more than I have, that is not splitted. It's something to consider, but for now I'm just focusing on doing the pallets. And I think my old job always had a lot of pallets on the outside. Not a lot, but some, like always a dozen. And I think if I show up with cupcakes, I can bring out the pallets if I'm nice enough. It's not gonna be a problem, but it's gonna be a problem to just collect more pallets if I don't undo them first. I need to remove the ones that I have and just keep it clean before I bring out more pallets. So that's still a project that is going on. The young adult service videos, in theory only. The garden I'm on it, some edition of video. I'm gonna give up on this one. And then I remember that I did not put there my bedroom. So it's not exactly a bedroom redoing because I never did it. I never painted it in the way I wanted when I moved in. When I moved in, I had all those plans to do with this. And I just said later and just put on whatever furniture I had at the time and lived in it. And that's been 5 years now, and I want to take the opportunity to actually do it now. So I'm gonna have to repaint some furniture, and I'm gonna have to throw a lot of them away and buy some new at the thrift store and paint those because I'm probably not gonna have the color that I want in the first place. And I also need to do all the murals that I'm gonna have to do on all the murals on the walls because I don't know how to stop. Two problems, it's gonna take forever, so I'm gonna have to sleep either on my hammock or on the sofa for the time being. I'm gonna have to push all of my furniture together and try to... it's gonna be a pain in the ass. And the big problem is I don't know how to paint. I suck at painting and I will have to practice a lot before actually doing it on my walls because it's not gonna work in the way. So I need to practice, I need to actually learn what I'm doing, and I need to make actual sketches and test what I'm gonna do on my walls before I do it. So that's big as project. And the furniture project is also another one. The good thing is if I do it, when I do it, I'm gonna have a whole new bedroom that's gonna be exactly what I want. So it's gonna be great. Just haven't done it yet. So there's that. And I did the pyramids for next year. So all in all, I added a lot of things to do to my already packed schedule. Felt a little bored this week, which is a good thing because when you start getting bored, that means your brain is allowing more things to come in because it finally made more room for new things, which is a good thing, and it makes you brainstorm on new things and new ideas and new projects and new way to make stuff. Being bored is awesome, so that means that since I'm bored I have more time and more energy to do stuff, hopefully. So there's that. We'll see where it goes. I really want to write this week, but I have a lot of other things to do, so we'll see how it goes. But I pretty much did what I wanted to do this week, so I'm hopeful that it's gonna work. It has been a long vlog, I know. But there was a lot of things I wanted to talk about. And yeah, I really wish I could say with certainty that I was going to do all of this in 2021. And that's the goal. But that's gonna be hard because I'm facing a lot of challenges personally that make existing difficult. And when already existing is difficult, making stuff is an extra that I cannot always afford. Like for money right now, I can live, I'm not in the street, I'm gonna be fine. But my extra budget is non-existent. So for now I'm functioning, but the extra energy and extra money for stuff is scarce. So I have to keep in mind what I really want and prioritize. And hopefully I make it.